This YouTube channel was created just 2 months ago, and one of its videos already crossed 408,000 views in only 3 weeks. And just for context, 400,000 views are enough to monetize a YouTube channel. But that's not the crazy part. Another video on the same channel got 127,000 views in just 13 days. Now, you might think this is just luck, but then I found another channel in the exact same niche. This channel has uploaded only 55 videos, yet it already has over 80,000 subscribers and millions of views. So what's going on here? Well, both of these channels are using the same content strategy. Every single video on these channels is created using AI. No face, no team, no expensive equipment, and the niche they're using is called whiteboard animation. Right now, this is one of the most underrated opportunities on YouTube because the demand for educational explainer content is huge, but the competition is still surprisingly low. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how these channels create their videos using AI, the tools they use, and how you can start a similar channel, even if you have zero experience. And the best part? Creating a video like this can take less than 10 minutes. Here's the kind of output I created using this exact method. Let's break it down.
Today, we are dismantling the bug-out bag myth and replacing it with mobility doctrine. The term bug-out bag has been hijacked by consumerism. It is a shopping list designed to make you feel safe because you are afraid to lose your stuff. You are trying to put your house on your back. That is a strategic error.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is open this channel called Sketchocalypse. Once the channel loads, I go straight to the Videos tab so I can see all of the uploads. From here, I just scroll through the list and start copying a few of the video titles from the channel. I grab several titles that appear here, and once I've copied them, I open ChatGPT. Then I paste those titles right here under this prompt. After pasting the titles, I simply run the prompt so ChatGPT can analyze those video topics. Once the response loads, I scroll through the results to see what it generates. Next, I paste another prompt into ChatGPT that generates 20 viral and clickable video ideas based on this niche. Then I run the prompt again. ChatGPT now produces a full list of ideas. And from this list, I go ahead and select this one. What happens to your body after 3 days without water? Now for generating the video, since we want the final video to be somewhere around 25 to 30 seconds, we're going to create it in parts, frame by frame. The reason for this is that the method we're using to generate these clips only allows us to create a maximum video length of about 6 seconds at a time. So instead of trying to generate the entire video in one go, we'll break it down into multiple small frames. Each frame will be around 6 seconds long, and we'll generate them one by one. By doing this, we can later combine all of these clips together to form the full 25 to 30 second video. This approach makes the process much more flexible and allows us to control each part of the animation step by step. So here is the master prompt where all the details needed to create a whiteboard animation video are already written. This prompt basically handles the entire structure for generating the scenes and visuals for the animation. The only thing you need to do here is enter your video topic in the section that says Insert your topic here. Once you replace that section with your topic, the prompt will generate the scenes based on that idea. In this example, I'm entering the topic, what happens to your body after 3 days without water. Once you run the prompt, ChatGPT will generate around 5 to 6 different frames for the video. These frames basically break the topic into small visual scenes that match the storyline of the animation. Each frame comes with its own description, which we can use as the prompt for generating the video. After getting these frames, we simply take each frame's prompt and enter it into the tool that we're going to use to generate the video clips. This way, we can create the animation step by step using those frames. Now the video creation process begins. For creating the video, we're going to use the Grok free version. In the free version, you can generate videos with a maximum duration of 6 seconds, not 10 seconds. So here we'll keep the duration set to 6 seconds. Next, we adjust the aspect ratio to 16:9, and then we set the video quality to 480p. Later in the editing phase, I'll show you how you can improve the overall quality of the video. After setting everything up, we go back to ChatGPT, copy the first frame prompt, and then paste that prompt right here to generate the first video clip. So the video generation process may take a little time to complete. You just need to wait while the tool processes the prompt till Grok is generating the video. I also wanted to share a niche idea that's called clipping. Clipping is basically a niche where people upload short, viral moments from long podcasts or videos. But finding those moments manually can be very hectic and time-consuming. So here's a tool called Weighing Video that can do this in just a few clicks. Weighing Video can automatically find viral moments from long-form videos and rank them by viral score, so you instantly know which clips have the highest potential to go viral. You can repurpose not only your own long-form videos, but also other long-form content like podcasts or interviews. Simply paste the video link into AI clipping, choose the clip length you want, and the tool will generate multiple short clips automatically. After that, you can automatically reframe the video into vertical formats like 9:16, which is perfect for shorts, reels, and TikTok. Weighing Video also lets you add dynamic captions using AI subtitles, which helps increase engagement and retention. So if you want to create viral short content faster, you can check out Weighing Video using the link in the description. New users also receive 200 points, so you can start creating clips right away. Now let's move on to our video. Once the first video clip is generated, you can preview the result right here and see how the scene looks after generation. You'll notice that the clip has been created exactly based on the prompt we entered. However, you might also see a Grok watermark on the video. Don't worry about that for now. When we move to the editing phase later, I'll also show you how you can easily hide or remove that watermark while editing the final video. Once the first video clip is generated, we simply repeat the same process for the rest of the frames. Go back to ChatGPT, copy the second frame prompt, and paste it into Grok to generate the next clip. After that, do the same thing again by copying the third frame prompt and generating the third clip. Just continue following this same sequence for each frame, copying the description from ChatGPT and pasting it into Grok to generate the video. Repeat this process for the fourth, fifth, and sixth frames until all of the clips are generated. After that, download all of them. After generating all the video clips, we now have around 6 different frames ready. The next step is creating the voiceover for these scenes. To do that, we first need to generate a short script for each frame. Since we have 6 frames, we'll need 6 separate voiceover lines, 1 for each scene. For this step, I use another master prompt. In this prompt, the rules and structure for the output are already defined. All I need to do is paste this master prompt in the same ChatGPT chat where the frames were generated. Once the prompt runs, ChatGPT generates the script for each scene. At first, the lines might be a little short, so I simply ask ChatGPT to expand them slightly so that each line can comfortably match the 6-second duration of each frame. After that adjustment, ChatGPT provides 6 different voiceover lines, with each script matched to its corresponding scene. Now for generating the audio, we move over to ElevenLabs. After logging in, go to the text-to-speech section. Here you'll see a list of different voices available. From this list, you can choose the voice that fits your video style. I tried several voices here to see which one sounded the most natural for this type of content. After testing a few options, I decided to go with the voice called Steven. You can also preview the voice here.
A failure is a man who has blundered, but is not yet able to cash in on.
Now the process here is very similar to what we did with Grok for generating the videos. We go back to ChatGPT and copy the script for the first scene, then paste that script into ElevenLabs. After pasting the text, we generate the voice and download the first audio file. You can also preview the audio here to hear how it sounds before downloading it. Once the first audio is ready, we repeat the same process again. Go back to ChatGPT, copy the second scene script, paste it into ElevenLabs, generate the voice, and download the audio. Then do the same for the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth scripts until all the voiceover clips are generated. The next step is the editing phase. For editing, open CapCut and start by importing all the video clips. Then arrange all the visuals on the timeline in the correct sequence so the scenes play in the proper order. Once the visuals are arranged, import all the audio files that we generated from ElevenLabs. Place each audio file in sequence according to its corresponding frame. After that, trim any extra or unnecessary parts of the audio so only the usable portion remains. Then align each audio clip properly with its matching frame. Once everything is aligned, the basic structure of the video is ready. Now you'll notice that the video clips contain the Grok watermark. To hide this, we need to overlay a white box. You can simply import a white box PNG. Place this box over the area where the Grok watermark appears and extend it across the entire duration of the video so the watermark stays hidden throughout the clip. If the edges of the box look too sharp, you can go into the masking setting and slightly round the corners. This helps the overlay blend more smoothly, especially if the box slightly overlaps the main visual area. After hiding the watermark, we move to the adjustment settings in CapCut. Here we slightly increase sharpen and clarity to improve the overall visual quality of the video. Once everything looks good, the final step is exporting the video. Export the project in 4K resolution with the highest bitrate available. You can choose 60 frames per second if you want smoother motion, or 30 frames per second, depending on your preference. The important thing is to keep the resolution at 4K and the bitrate at the highest setting. After exporting, the video is fully completed and ready to upload.